Okay, let's dive in. So we've got these excerpts, right, from a YouTube video transcript. The speaker, Aaron, is talking about German identity. And our mission today is really just to explore the specific view he presents in these sources about national pride and culture in Germany.
That's right. Yeah, the material you shared, it outlines a pretty distinct viewpoint. It suggests how history might really shape how people feel about national pride and even how they interact with other cultures. So we're going to take his observations, the examples he gives in the transcript, and sort of unpack them. We'll stick purely to the arguments made in this source.
Okay, let's get right into it then. The main idea, it seems, that Aaron puts forward is that because of what he calls the dirty history, Germans aren't especially proud of their own identity. He says that pretty clearly near the start.
It's quite a statement, yeah. And the source links this perceived lack of national pride to something else he sees in Germans, a kind of drive to look outwards, to adopt bits from other cultures, taking this and that, as he puts it.
Ah, yeah, remember that. He gives examples in the source, right?
Yeah.
Like some people becoming Francophile,
Hmm.
really into French things, others are getting deep into Latin America or maybe drawn towards Asia.
Mm.
So the idea is, according to him, instead of a strong pull to their own culture, there's this tendency to embrace parts of other cultures.
Exactly. And from that tendency, the narrator in the source, he concludes this leads to what he terms a distorted identity. And he's quite explicit that he feels this result is not good. His view draws a very clear line, doesn't it? Connecting historical stuff directly to how modern German identity shows up culturally.
And this is where the source gets really specific, bringing in personal experience to kind of make the point. Aaron tells this story about being in Brazil. He talks about parties where everyone's singing Brazilian songs, really connected to their own culture through music.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then someone asks him to play guitar and sing some German songs, and he realizes he can't. He doesn't actually know any. That moment, just as he describes it in the source, it really seems to capture his whole argument about maybe not being as rooted in your own specific cultural stuff compared to others he saw. It's like a piece of personal evidence for his bigger claim about identity.
Yeah, that anecdote definitely makes the idea more concrete, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The source also touches on him coming from Hamburg. He says it's a place that values directness, meaning we say real friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And he sort of contrasts this with maybe more superficial feeling he got later, mentioning conversations in Brazil felt that way after a while. It seems like he uses this to explore different ways people connect, maybe tying back to his feelings about identity again.
It seems that way, yes. What's interesting about this source is how it weaves these personal bits. The Brazil music thing, the Hamburg directness idea versus other social styles into this larger argument. An argument about national identity being, well, fundamentally shaped by history. It's presented as one person's pretty critical take, offering a specific way to look at these things.
Okay, so if we just stick to the viewpoint in this source, what have we really pulled out? We've looked at the core idea, dirty history, linked to maybe less national pride in Germany compared to other places.
Mm-hmm.
And this, according to the source, leads to this tendency to really engage with and adopt bits of other cultures, potentially resulting in what the source narrator sees as a distorted identity, something he felt wasn't good.
Exactly.
Right.
And the source uses those specific examples we talked about, like that really vivid story about not knowing the German songs. And the reflection on Hamburg's directness compared to other interaction styles he found uses them to support this overall argument about German identity as he sees it.
So based purely on this specific viewpoint, the one presented in the material you shared, here's maybe something for you listening to think about. How might a nation's way of looking back at its own past, especially the really difficult parts, influence the collective feeling about its identity now and how it engages culturally with the rest of the world?
Yeah, it's a fascinating question that this particular source really brings up for consideration as you encounter other views out there.